Housing Hope is a creation of our local community. It was local individuals who created the organization to address a local issue. As a result, faith communities, corporations, foundations, and local governments all support the mission of Housing Hope because it helps families thrive, because it helps children succeed, because it's a model that makes sense embedded in our community where neighbors want to assist neighbors to succeed in their goals of becoming productive, successful, thriving families. I'm often asked about the success of the Housing Hope program. This video tells stories from 1997, 1999, and 2005 of families that entered our program and used it to their benefit. These are stories of families that came to us many years ago, but they're representative of the many families that enter our front door. In fact, we've had thousands of homeless families now during our history. Every story is unique, but they also have common themes. Each homeless family comes to us in a state of poverty. Each homeless family has no home. Each homeless family has children. Many of these families have slept in cars, tents, and motel rooms, places not designed for children and for families to live. Julie was a teen mother. She had been homeless for 7 months. Her little child was with her. They had slept in their car. And she entered our program as a youngster.
Before I found Housing Hope, I was a single mother living in my car with a newborn baby. I was 18 years old. It was really scary to not always know where I was going to go to sleep that night. My daughter was only a couple weeks old when that happened. So I was constantly in crisis mode. You know, I'd wake up trying to figure out where I was going to go to sleep the next, where was I going to take care of Caitlin that day? And so that's a really insecure, very scary place to be. I didn't have a permanent place to lay her down every day. She never had a crib, ever. I look back and it's still difficult for me to think about what that felt like during that time, because I felt like I was failing her, like I wasn't giving her what she deserved, and it wasn't her fault that she was born to somebody that couldn't care for her. There was so much guilt about not being able to provide her with housing, not being able to provide her with a crib, not having somewhere to wash her clothes, not having somewhere. I kept a jug of water in my car so that I could make bottles, not having a sink, and things that people don't think about because they're not in those situations. Housing Hope offered me an internship in their front office, which made a significant difference. On top of providing me with transitional housing that I could afford, I needed job skills before my 2-year program ended, because prior to that, I had only ever worked in high school at a gas station and at Taco Bell. So I didn't have any real job skills in order to provide for my daughter and I. I adored my case manager. She was outstanding, and she taught me a lot of things that I didn't know, like simple things like how to budget, how to write a check. I was 18 years old and I had never paid rent. I didn't know how to meal plan. I didn't know really how to care for a home. I tried my best, but I just didn't have the skills because I had never done it before. And so she helped me a lot with those types of things. In November of 2000, I moved into transitional housing at Harrison for single mothers with children. In November of 2010, exactly 10 years later, I was appointed to the board. Now I'm 31 years old, but I've been associated with them since I was 18. I don't have a grown-up life without Housing Hope. It's been awesome.
Our second family is a father with 5 children who entered our program in a destitute situation, a victim of the lumber industry downfall, who came to us needing help with his children and his family and opportunities to create a life for himself and his family.
When I first came down here from Packwood, I didn't have a job. I got into the construction field and then did odds and ends in the construction industry. My family and I, we didn't have a place to live, so a lot of times we would either get rooms from somebody, you know, rent a room, or they would just let us stay there for a week or two. It was just temporary. I bought a trailer. We ended up living in a trailer for a couple months. And then my wife was pregnant, I found out, and we didn't have a place to live. That was a really stressful time in my life, and my wife's, which, you know, the kids started feeling it too. We had five children altogether. Housing Hope specifically was kind of like a helping hand. They helped me get on my feet, for one thing. I would say that would be the most important. And the feeling of the security of having somebody there to help me. I did not have too many options at that time, and I really didn't think I was going to get into Housing Hope, but they picked me, and that was just a blessing that they did. Through the manager in Housing Hope, she was more like a thinker. I really didn't think of her as a case manager. She was more of like a friend that would make sure she would check up on us, you know, just to make sure we're okay if there's anything else we needed. And now I'm very, very comfortable where I'm at. I have a nice house. I have my children. I have 2 dogs. I have good money coming in from my job. I do feel comfortable where I'm at. I'm secure. I got to learn a lot through Housing Hope and their help. I was kind of like at a rope's end where you feel like there's nothing below you when you're climbing a rope or coming down off of a rope. I didn't have anything below me, and like Housing Hope was there, and I just felt, you know, if it wasn't for Housing Hope, I would not be here now. There's no way I would be. I probably would have fallen into something I'm not supposed to, you know, or did something I wasn't supposed to, something stupid. But with the support that I got from Housing Hope, the program, it's just unbelievable.
Now you have a piece.
Immigrants to our community occasionally end up at our front door, as was the case with Jennifer Mbugwa, who left East Africa to find a better life for she and her family. She came to get settled and begin to get her training so that her children and her husband could join her.
Well, we originally came from Kenya for greener pastures in the United States, so it was not easy at the beginning.
We stayed in Kenya for 9 months. And she came here first. It was very hard for me and the kids, and it was also hard for her. But we pray to God that He will give us guidance and, you know, energy to go through that.
Housing Hope helped us with shelter, which is one of the main basic things for any family. And having a house, shelter above us, we felt that it was really essential. Working with the case manager, it was really helpful. We had the short-term goal and we had the long-term goal. And I remember one of the long-term goals we had was just to be self-sufficient. We never wanted to feel like all the time, oh, we need to be sheltered. We wanted to feel we can be able to care for our family without looking unto somebody to come and do something for us. It makes it easier when you know you don't have to worry about paying for rent. I was in school by then when I was in Housing Hope, and going through schooling and knowing that you're going to school and your family is secure, that was just one of the main things that Housing Hope really helped us on. We felt Housing Hope was a stepping stone to us. If we didn't have that stepping stone between where we are and where we were then, it was like a bridge. If we never had Housing Hope, we couldn't be where we are right now.
We feel secure. She finished her RN, now she's a nurse, full nurse, and so We are really proud of her. She has really struggled and made good efforts. And now I'm about to graduate and go into the world, you know. And now we have our own house. We moved our own property we bought. So we feel we have settled now.
The Housing Hope story continues to unfold. We are celebrating our 25th anniversary and are very proud of the 19 multifamily facilities and the 30 groups of homeowners that own their homes. We're proud of our Tomorrow's Hope Child Care Center, our College of Hope Life Skills Training Program, and our new burgeoning employment initiative that's going to create jobs and income progression and careers for families in our program. But our work is not done. The needs continue to be great, and we see Housing Hope as a work in progress. This is an organization that is well integrated into our community, working with faith communities, corporations, foundations, and local governments to create solutions desired by local citizens, neighborhoods, and communities. We invite all of your support and involvement in this important mission.